Well, greetings, everyone. This is Karen Simpson joining you from Gainesville, Florida, with some of our SNTC staff gathered around a table. We're so glad you've joined us today, especially those of you who are new to our region. Welcome, Illinois, Wisconsin, and Minnesota. Thanks for joining us. Today, you can submit your questions at any time by clicking the questions pane and typing in your question. We'd love to hear your feedback and love to hear your questions too. You also have an opportunity to raise your hand at the end of the presentation, and we will unmute your line so that you can talk and make comments or ask questions. Today we have 1 hour, and we have lots to share with you. We won't be providing CE for this presentation, but you'll have lots of opportunities to get CE from the SNTC later. And now on to what we'll talk about today. We'll give you an overview of who we are, what we do, how you can stay in touch with us, and more importantly to us is what we can do for you. We're really looking forward to getting to know all our new folks and working with our region from the Southeast. First off, who we are. Those of you who have been with us for a while and were in our region previously, the Southeast states, know us as a regional training and medical consultation center. This grant cycle, we have been deemed a TB Center of Excellence. We're located at the University of Florida within the College and Department of Medicine, and our division is Infectious Disease and Global Medicine. The picture you see there is where we're located, where we're coming from you today. This is the Emerging Pathogens Institute at the University of Florida campus. Now I'm going to turn it over to our co-PIs, Mike and Dave. Mike?
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for taking the time to learn a little bit more about SNTC and also helping us to learn a little bit more about you and what your needs are. We see this as an ongoing discussion over time, and as many of the people on our team are probably tired of hearing me say, there's no such thing as a project or program, and I would even say there's not even such a thing as a center of excellence. There's just relationships. So we see this for our new, I guess, partners in our new states as the beginning of an ongoing working relationship, and really look forward to helping to build ties, learn more about what you need as we kind of move forward with our joint efforts in trying to eliminate TB from our communities and from our state and from our country for that matter. As you guys will see over time, we absolutely love what we do. We consider it a real privilege to be in the position that we are in to work with all of you. It's listed as we're called a center of excellence, and that's what we strive for. But that implies that we do all the teaching. The reality of it is that we learn so much from our states, and that this is a back and forth. And we really look forward to learning about what's worked in your communities and sharing that throughout our region and with other partners throughout the country, and really look forward to working closely with you guys over the years. And just always want to say that whenever possible and as much as possible, we try to be flexible and as responsive to your needs as we possibly can be. So once again, we'll be talking more here in a little bit, but thanks so much. I wanted to give you a big hearty welcome, and I'll turn it over to Dave to say a few words as well.
Mike, first of all, good afternoon, and do you guys, Mike, do you hear me?
Yep, gotcha.
All right, just making sure. Well, I want to echo what Mike said. First of all, good afternoon, everybody. It's such an honor, it's such a privilege to be able to work with you guys. First of all, I have some announcements. Announcement number one is that I want to welcome Illinois, Wisconsin, and Minnesota to the Southeast. I know my geography is outstanding. So here's the good news. You're now in the Southeast. Your temperatures are now 75 and sunny, and the peanuts will be coming soon, and the exits are no. Well, we're really, really so happy to have you guys with us. I can't say that enough, and I want to say what Mike said too, is that, you know, we really enjoy it, and this is not about one way. We're constantly learning, and we really believe in that no, one size fits all, and that it's really, we need to understand and we need to work with you to find out how it's best to make sure the mission we all have, which is to assure the cure of every case of our TB and also to reduce TB. So with that, I'm just so pleased to be part of all this, and we're really looking forward to working with you. So with that, Karen, I'm going to turn it back to you.
Yeah, so just as you can see...
Okay, sorry about that. Oh, I've already messed up the script. It didn't take me long to mess up. I was supposed to say, and let me go over, these are, one of the things that we do with Southeast is medical consultation, and it's, for us who are all clinicians, we really enjoy it the most, because ultimately, in my opinion, the best way we really could teach TB is over patients and over cases. So, we look forward to working with you, and each one of us has different expertise, and we try to match our expertise with your with what you need. So as you can see, let me introduce you to some of our consultants. At the top left, that's Mike. I think you guys know him, that beautiful guy with that luscious hair. I mean, that guy, that's me. In the bottom left, that's Anna Alvarez. She's our pediatrician with the University of Florida. She's outstanding and, is always available for if you need pediatric assistance. Right next to Anna is Tom. Tom Dobbs is from Mississippi. He also does our consulting work, and he is a pleasure to work with. And to our right is on the top there is Karen Farrell. She's our partner in crime. She's our nurse consultant with the SNTC. Next to Karen to the right is Ellen Murray. Me and Ellen are ex-prison mates. I mean, we work together. Ellen is also a nurse consultant, but with really her expertise being with corrections. And then the bottom right, last but definitely not least, is Connie Haley, who also does our medical consultations with us. So now I think, if I'm correct, Karen, I'm back to you. Is that correct?
Thanks, Dave. And we'll let Mike introduce our team.
Yeah, so as you can see here, this is the SNTC team here that's based in Florida. Almost everyone here is based in Gainesville, but we're pretty evenly spread throughout the state. One thing I do want to kind of mention that's somewhat unique about our program overall, I mean, we've got outstanding experts here that you can see, experts in adult education, and then all adult learning methods, and then also experts distance learning, nursing, IT support, all those aspects are covered here. But one thing I think that bears mentioning as well is that with our team overall is that we are deeply rooted within the state TB program. And so we, when we're not doing SNTC related work, we are serving the people of the state of Florida and doing TB control work ourselves, both providing direct clinical assistance, programmatic assistance. So much of what you get is from our own experiences as TB controllers and TB clinicians, both from in the field, in correction setting, just across the board. So again, that's something that we really relish and I think makes this an incredibly outstanding team. So looking at the region, just kind of looking at how the 4 regions are distributed geographically. In addition, you can see that the Southeast has kind of gotten a little bit of an expansion to the Canadian border. So pretty much our states connect through from pretty much the Caribbean territories, including the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico, up through the green shaded area that you see here. You see the other regions that are separated with our sister centers, and we collaborate very closely with all of them from the East Coast in the Northeast with the Global TB Institute based in New Jersey, going to Heartland at San Antonio, and then to the Curry Center at University of California, San Francisco. It's a great group of people that we work with, and we share resources as much as we can and as often as we can to make that where it makes sense to provide the services to our region throughout the Southeast. So this is from the description from CDC. So what do we do? So basically the TB Center of Excellence will support domestic TB control and prevention efforts within their assigned regions with a focus on 2 major activities: increasing human resource development through education and training activities, and increasing the capacity for appropriate evaluation and management of persons with TB disease and latent TB infection through medical consultation. That direct quote comes from our job description, but just basically our job is to support the state TB programs and the priorities that you guys have established, and then we help provide extra resources in any way that you guys see fit to help you meet the goals listed here. Again, we know that that could be a relatively broad mandate and that each state is very different. If we've learned nothing else, is that each state and each region, and in many places, each county is going to be very different. So our job is to support all of those activities, including the major academic centers, the local public health areas, local public health regions, health departments, and also private practices. But again, ultimately, everything comes back to the state office because that's who we are beholden to, and that's our mission, is really to support the state and its priorities as we support the programs around. So right now I'm going to go ahead and turn it back over to Donna to talk more specifics about our trainings and then use as a jump-off point to talk about our other activities.
Great, thank you, Mike. Okay, so when it comes to training, one of the best places to go first to find out what we have going on and available is our webpage. And on our webpage, we always try to keep the most current things on our what's happening. Right there, you'll see today we even have all about the SNTC for anyone who still needed to get registered. We have some upcoming World TB Day events going on. And then to see details about the training we have going on, click on that training and education button and you'll go to our SNTC calendar. And on that calendar, that's where you'll have the opportunity to register for anything that is currently happening. So you just click that register now button and that'll give you the ability to register for any open courses. You know, if your state allows you to travel across borders, we welcome you to any of these events. We know some of you have some restrictions there. We also have the next tab, which is our online training tab. And that's where you can take some training at any time you want. This currently shows one online training. We have two there. We have the treating LTBI in special situations, and we also have the pediatric advanced, some advanced topics in pediatric TB. Together, those two provide 12 hours of CE, and those are all free. So without leaving town, without having to ask permission to travel, and without spending additional funds, there's 12 credits right there. We'll also be talking about another very exciting course that we have just started with that also allows you to stay near home. And total, if you signed up for that, there's a total of all three of those events could give you 50 hours of free CE credit. So we are really excited about that. We know it's harder and harder to travel, and we're glad that we can provide that for you. And then one other, there's certainly our conferences, we keep those up to date, but our archived webinars, today's webinar will show up there in just a few days. Any of our webinars that we have done, today you are not getting any CE for your event, but we do need to let you know that our archived webinars do not offer CE at this point. We are unable to do that anymore. However, when we are able to make a series out of it, we turn it into an online training, and then we can give you some CE for it. So again, we're doing everything we can to make sure you get that CE that we know is so important. And Karen, I'll turn it back over to you.
And I'll give you some updates on our on-site training. SNTC offers a number of different courses that either we offer here on-site at the University of Florida at our SNTC offices, or we bring to you in your state. An example of some of these courses include our Comprehensive Clinical TB course, which is a 5-day course. That course is coming up soon here in Gainesville, and it's 5 days. I'll give you those dates in a moment. The TST Train the Trainer course is a 1-day course. The TB Clinical Updates, generally 1 or 2 days, and those are often held within your state. We offer contact investigation and interviewing skills, a variety of different corrections training that vary in days of training. And then we often collaborate with you. We come to your state and work with your activities that you've got planned, sometimes providing speakers, helping you with registration, conducting needs assessments, or actually they're on-site helping run the conference. So we always look forward to being there in your state helping you out. The clinical course, which I said was a 5-day course, we've got The first one coming up in April. I encourage you to, if you haven't participated in the past, this is definitely a good opportunity to join an intensive 5-day training. Registration is open now, so join us in Gainesville in April. We'll also have the same course repeated again in September and another one either November or December. So you have 3 opportunities to join us for that course this year. And one thing I want to bring to your attention, we've been very fortunate to apply and receive a grant from the Virginia TB Foundation, and that allows us to provide a lodging scholarship for clinicians to attend this 5-day course. It helps to cover the lodging for those 5 days, and that equals about $645 per person. Last year, we were able to give out 12 of those scholarships for our clinical course, and we'd love to have a clinician from your state come join us. If they can, you'll need to contact us to be able to reserve a spot. And we have applied for scholarships for this year and haven't yet heard from the TB Foundation, but we will continue to offer those as long as we have money to do so. So contact us if you have someone that wants to attend the course and also take advantage of one of those scholarships. I mentioned the TST Train the Trainer course as one of the courses we offer. I'm just going to put a quick plug. We were at the NAR conference, and one of the sessions there, they talked about how IGRAs should be the way we're going, but so many people are still using TSTs, and they're not placing them, and they're not reading them appropriately. So if you're still using TSTs out there, I strongly encourage you, call us to offer one of these TST Train the Trainer courses so that we can get folks out there really knowing how to teach the correct practice for the TST. We've got a course April 28th here in Florida, and then in Kentucky, Ellen's going to be on a road trip all around Kentucky, 3 different days. So join us there or ask about having a course in your state. We're really looking forward to working with our new state, Wisconsin. We'll be up there in March, and then also, excuse me, in May 10th in Rice Lake. These are the type of TB updates or conference support that we can offer to a state, and we look forward to joining you, Wisconsin. We have contact investigation and interviewing skills course scheduled for this year. First one will be in Alabama, and then another one in Florida. And then I wanted to share this with you just so you have the dates of some upcoming conferences. We hope we see you at a few of these. The NTCA conference is going to be held in May in Palm Springs, California, so they're going far out west for that event this year. And TB-ETN Penn is going to be held in person this year in Atlanta. That's in September. And for those in the Southeast, the Southeast TB Control Meeting will be in Lexington this year, and their dates are October 2 through 5. And we're really looking forward to joining Heartland TB Center at the Midwest TB Control Meeting, and my understanding that's in North Dakota, so we're going far north for that meeting. Now I'm going to turn it over to Megan to talk about one of our newest trainings that we offer.
Thank you, Karen. So yes, my name is Megan Noter-Froman, and I'm a training coordinator, a part of SNTC. So I want to welcome everybody that I haven't met, and I look forward to talking to you or working with you if you're interested in this course. I'm the main contact for our new nurse case management course. So I'm excited to bring this to you because it is a different approach to learning. When our committee got together within our region requesting this course, basically one of the things that we came up with is the fact that every territory is different was one, and the other thing is really hard to travel and go places, but this is really needed. So we actually created a course online that is more experiential, if you believe it or not, and a learning experience online. So if the next slide actually shows what our course looks like, and it looks a little busy when you first look at it, but it actually is easy to digest. But the online system, as you see there on the far left part of your screen, is just your basic toolbar. And then over gives you the actual course where you see white, and it's a TB Nurse Case Management Working Through the Process Together course. And as you read through that, you'll see that you would earn 38 continuing education credits for this course. And it has a welcome video and shows the 6 badges, or you would call those modules, but we call them badges because you actually earn a badge every time that you make it through that section or that badge, and you can even post it to Facebook. It's kind of a social media fun thing. So you work through the 6 badges, and our goal of this is to make it as experiential as possible. So you'll see on the right-hand side, I've actually clicked on, I think, badge 2 is what you're seeing there, and it shows you the introduction, and this is the introduction of a case. So you take Anita Santiago through her actual entire experience of being a suspect, and then taking her through the entire process, the nurse case management process. So again, what we try to do is make it very experiential, make it something that is a learning experience and very customized to your area. What do you do in these scenarios given the guidelines and things like that? You are given a coach, so a coach actually takes you through this process, and the way that the coach works is that you saw that on the previous slide it had a place where you could actually type in information where it says respond to the following. That coach receives what you actually have typed in there, and they will give you comments back. And so you guys can have a dialogue back and forth on this process, and so therefore you're not kind of on your own, but somebody's guiding you through this process. So as Karen was taking us to the next slide, this is very interactive. You do research. You research how you do things in your area along with guidelines and processes. You'll watch some videos. You'll practice the task. So we always have a practice makes perfect section that could be basically on determining the infectious period, for example, or how to know when the completion of treatment. So there's interactive tasks that help you understand. And then you'll conduct some interviews, and basically that's to network and get to know people. So like we said, very interactive. That's the positive side of this course. I would say one of the harder sides of this course is that it's a lot of interaction, takes a lot of time. So it would be something that takes time and energy, and that's why we actually give 38 credit hours, but everyone who's gone through this says the time and energy and effort has been worth it. So this is just a really broad overview. So if you guys want a demo, then please let me know, or you contact SNTC, and then we'll get in touch with you and let you know specifics and give you a demo if this is something you're interested in. We currently are in the process of training coaches, so you understand our structure. Basically, we have subject matter experts that can be a coach for your area. But if you would like your specific state to be have designated coaches, we train you with our subject matter experts to be a coach, and then you actually take on the people within your state. And, you know, that's our ultimate, is that, you know, people within the state are training people within the state so they understand the system and network there. But the process can go either way. So we're up and running with coaches now. We have about 59 participants at this time. You see the states that are actually participating and more are coming on board. We actually are going to start opening up a kind of another cohort on March 15th. And we are excited to talk about Mississippi's model. As you see dollar signs there, they actually made this course where you were became nurse case management certified, and you actually got a raise when you completed it. So wonderful things happening there, and we are excited that this course can be a part of that. But as we have at the bottom, there's SNTC's contact information. If you'd like more information, please email us, and we'll get in touch with you. Thank you. And I'll turn it over to Stephanie.
So I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the upcoming webinars. We're working on a webinar series. TB is the least of your worries series, and that's going to start looking at more topics related to TB. So some that we're looking at is human trafficking, the opioid epidemic, and refugees. So that's going to be coming up soon. We'll also be having our TB morbidity and mortality review, clinical case presentations, TB grand rounds, and we don't have a date yet for keeping with the pace, so that'll be focused on TB and HIV. Then you already saw this when Donna was showing the website, but we do have a couple of online courses available. One is the Treating LTBI in Special Situations course, and that's really case-based. It's interactive. It focuses on various topics related to TB, and you can see some HIV, AIDS, hepatitis, pregnancy, and they also have a list of resources. When you're going through, you can click on a folder, and this is usually what you'll see. So you'll be able to work through this at your own pace. I believe it's worth 4 CE. Then we also have our pediatric series, and you can see some of the topics here. We are going to be updating this soon since now the Red Book has come out and there have been some updates with that latest release.
Thanks, Stephanie.
And next we have, this is Ellen, next we have mini fellowships, and they are individualized training experiences with our TB experts, and we can do them here in Gainesville, or we can come to you and do a reverse mini fellowship. We do them everything from case management. We talk a lot about program management. We can have you shadow the docs or one of the nurses going out to the local health departments, or I'll take you to jail or prison. In your state or in ours, it's okay. I've pretty much been able to get into most of them. And they let us out. That's important. And if you do want a mini fellowship, we have an application process that is on our website. Just go ahead and fill it out. We want to specialize it according to your needs. And so your needs, you fill it out and put that on there, send it to us, and we'll work with you to see what dates are available and that kind of thing. Next slide is technical assistance. We do a lot of it, a little bit different than medical consultation because it's not specific to a patient, but more for programmatic information. We try to guide you, assist you beyond that clinical medical consult with everything from program planning, course development, needs assessment, TST's IGRAs, how to set up your program, things like that, and corrections, of course, contact investigation, other topics. We have so many, and we've last year we did at least 100 occurrences where people called and asked for technical assistance if we were able to help you out in your area. The phone number at the bottom of the screen, 888-265-SNTC, is the number to call. We look forward to hearing from you.
And now, Dave, if you'll tell us a little bit about medical consultation.
Thanks, Karen. Yes, I definitely would like to. So first of all, it all starts here. You know, sometimes, you know, you're in trouble, you know, and you look, you know, Batman used to have his bat signal up in the sky. This is our bat signal for TB. If you have problems, you need somebody fast, call 1-800-4TB-INFO. That's 1-800-4TB-INFO. Next, please. This is, as we'll talk about, a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week hotline, and we'll talk about, we've already talked about who the consultants are. We rotate, but really behind it all is that person right there. That's Maria Gomez. She's the person who pretty much answers most of the calls most of the time, and when you speak to Maria and tell her what you need, Maria will hook you up with one of us, you know. And, you know, it's, you know, some places always talk about a hotline or a warm line. The bottom line is this is being staffed all the time. We are physicians. We're on call. So if there is a problem 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, if you give us a call, if you need us staff, please, we'll come and get you. We'll help you out. As you guys know, it's a free service. It is open to healthcare providers throughout our region. And I want to emphasize something very important. You keep hearing the word clinician, clinician, clinician. And I really want to stress something that's important. The group of us believe that TB, for the most part, is a nurse-driven program. And clinicians, in our definitions, are not necessarily physicians, but anyone who has any contact with a TB patient. And this hotline is open to all. I have to emphasize this. It doesn't matter who you are. If you have a question, please call us. And the way to get us, again, is at 1-800-4TB-INFO. We can get to you as quick as we need to. I mean, obviously, most calls, I don't want to lie to you, are not answered immediately, but if that's something you need, if you tell Maria or the operator, they will get one of us. But the responses, for the most part, are done within a couple of hours, and again, if needed, quicker. The hotline, as we talked about, really gives you access to the TB clinical expertise, and again, it's not just medical. We also have pharmacists, nurse consultants. I mean, Whatever you need, we can get. And again, it's pediatric. The group of us, if you look at all of us, we've been doing TV from all different perspectives for a long time. And again, one of the things I want to emphasize is that most of our calls, for the most part, do come from our TV programs, and almost all of us who are involved in public health. So most of the calls you're going to get are definitely or the answers you're going to get are definitely from a public health perspective. Not only do we discuss it with you, but as we'll talk about in a minute, we'll also give you a written response, usually within 2 weeks. But the bottom line is, do remember, these are consultations. So we're not directly taking care of patients. We're making recommendations based on what information you're giving us. And obviously, there's the famous disclaimer that says, ultimately, you are responsible. But the bottom line is that you will get in writing. Next, please. The way it works is that once you call the 1-800-4TB-INFO during the day, and like I said, for the most part, Maria Gomez or one of our staff will answer the call. At night, we have an on-call operating service that will call and then get us. The operator will answer your call. There's going to be some information that's going to be requested, basic information about you and how to get back to you, and also basic about the information that you are requesting or requiring, and that gives us an idea of who's the best person to answer. As I said, the calls for the most part are returned the same day, but if it's urgent, again, we can get to you faster. And on the other hand, if it's not urgent, a lot of times we do get calls where they'll say, look, don't get us today, get us tomorrow. We will get back to you. I do want to emphasize, though, one thing that sometimes we can't do, and we try our best, but sometimes we'll hear, look, can you call me between 1 and 2 tomorrow or whatever? If we can, we can. Sometimes we can't, but we will try to always get back to you as soon as we can. And like I said, there'll be a written call summary that's sent out within 2 weeks. But I want to emphasize this because, next slide for a second. We're going to talk about in a second online consultation, but I'm going to share with you my bias. I'd rather talk to you. I ask you, if you can, to call us. And the reason is medicine is really a discussion. It's a process. It's a journey. And, there's so much that needs to be back and forth, asking you questions, we giving an opinion, you telling us what you think. So as much as I'm going to talk to you about online consultation, I really do believe that it's always best to call. And so we can speak to you. For nothing else, it's just good to know you guys, find out how everything is going in your life, and also find out about other consults. So I want to emphasize that I would always prefer, if it's possible, to call. But obviously, if you would prefer, you could also do it online. And same thing, you put in the consultation, it will be sent to us, and we will respond. But again, please, I can't tell you all the great conversations that we've had over the years, and I'm really looking forward to continuing them and having them over and over again. Next, please. So I want to talk about something new, but I want to go back to philosophies, especially about medical consultation. And again, I really believe that as much education, as much classes, as much conferences you can have, ultimately the best way to learn medicine is over cases. And I also believe something else, that medicine is not an exact science. It's not something that you can read about. It's something you have to do. And it's something that, in my opinion, it's an apprenticeship. You learn from somebody else and you learn it together. And I think that's what it's all about. But as you know, it's not a one-time thing either. One thing that's very unique about tuberculosis is that this is a process that can go on for 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, it goes on. So one of the newest things that we're really switching to, and we really encourage this, and we're starting with states, and I think it's working well, but we really would like to encourage and increase this, is longitudinal care. What is that? Well, when we have a difficult case that we go over with you, what we like to do is maybe set up, and we're doing this on a statewide basis, set up monthly meetings where we can review all those cases and make sure the patients are doing well. Now, obviously, if there's something going on before that, please call us and we'll go over. But I think what it does is it allows us not only to just talk about diagnosis, not only just talk about treatment, but also to talk about the different issues that come up while you're taking care of a case. And again, I have to emphasize something. It's not about the case most of the time. This is the best education, I believe, that there is. I don't think there's a better training way because, one of the things that happens is when we discuss a case, we don't just discuss the specifics of that patient's case, but we go over why you would do it this way this time, and maybe next time you do it a different way. And I personally believe these are great team-building exercises. And I would highly recommend that you consider maybe doing, longitudinal care with us, where we all meet together and we do these reviews of our cases and make sure that, we are all on the same page. And it's an open forum where you can ask questions of why you do it this way, why not this way, what's the literature show. I highly recommend it. And it's something going forward that we want to do more and more. Next slide for a second. Therapeutic drug monitoring, and this is what I'd like to talk about with case counts, because one of the things I'd like to talk about is that it's easy for me and all of us to sit here and say, hey, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Why don't you do this? But if you don't have the resources to do it, then what's the use of it? And one of the things at the Southeast National TB Center that we really pride ourselves in is that we're trying our best to make sure that you have access to the resources you need to cure your patients. And one of the biggest resources I think that we really utilize a lot in the Southeast, and we want to make it available to you, is therapeutic drug monitoring. And as you know, we're really proud. That ugly man right there, and he is ugly, believe me, that's Chuck Pelican. Chuck, as you guys may or may not know, is one of the foremost, if not the foremost expert in therapeutic drug monitoring when it comes to TB and HIV. And as you know, therapeutic drug monitoring, or measuring what people call serum drug levels, it's not for everybody, but in certain situations where you have patients who are multi-drug resistant, or they're on other medications that interfere, like some of the HIV meds, or they're diabetic, or they're slow to respond, or they're developing resistance, therapeutic drug monitoring can become indispensable. And what we'd like to be able to do is, when that's necessary, is assist you in being able to get it. And as you know, thanks to a grant from the Virginia TB Foundation, not only are we able to offer it, but and many times we're actually able to support it. So if you ever need the therapeutic drug monitoring, please give us a call. We'll help you out with it. But it's not just the TDM that I'd like to talk about. It's other things. As you know, one of the things that we're very proud of in Florida is our state lab is one of the best in the country. And not only just from the traditional AFB smear and culture, but from molecular. And we have the access, and again, we would like to offer it to you from time to time when you're needing select cases, that not only can we do PCR, as you know, and not only do organism identification, but we also can do, INH and rifampin resistance by molecular mechanisms, usually within 24 hours, as well as now extended molecular. So we have an MDR patient, and don't get me wrong, we partner all the time with the CDC. They have a great lab, but we're able to actually usually do it faster and also confirm it. And again, on those difficult cases, if you need assistance, that's what we're here for, is to help you with those resources. Again, it's not just therapeutic drug monitoring, it's not just labs, but we also help you even with drugs. I mean, as you know, we're able to assist you numerous times with medications you may not be able to get or help you get. Like the examples like clofazimine, which you need an IRB for. Many states, many providers don't have access to that. Through the SNTC, we've been able to make agreements and contracts so that we can get you clofazimine when you need it, and other medications. Again, if you need assistance, please give us a call. And then lastly, I have to say two more things, and then it's not only just resources, but it's also teaching, it's also looking at, and one of the biggest things that we enjoy doing and we offer to you is web conferencing. And I don't mean web conferencing like we're doing today. I mean web conferencing over a case. I mean, let's say you have a CT or you have a chest x-ray and you need to see it right now. You need it to be reviewed. You want to go over with us. We can do that automatically and instantaneously. So one of the things that we're also able to do is to offer GoToMeeting or whatever, where you can look at the x-ray, I can look at the x-ray, and we can make decisions based on that. And again, in certain situations, if you don't have access to that and you need it, again, if you work with Donna, we can help you and your TB program with that. Lastly, and I do mean lastly is that, when it came to mini fellowships, I do want to emphasize what Ellen said. And we have some of the most unique opportunities as a state that actually has 2 inpatient TB units, where some of the most sickest, most complex cases, not only in the state of Florida, but elsewhere, reside. And again, if you guys are interested in participating and seeing and learning to manage some of the most difficult cases in an inpatient facility, again, we would be happy to have you. We'd love to have you join us in one of our inpatient units. So with that, what is the next slide, please? So what I'd like to do now, if it's okay, is first of all, thank you for allowing us to be part of your team. And thank you for being part of our team. And we really look forward to working with you in the future. Karen, I'm going to turn it over to you for product fulfillment.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks for the overview of everything medical consultation and patient-related. Thanks so much. So this is Karen again. I'm here to talk to you a little bit about products. We have a wide number of products available from SNTC, and we also like to try to link you to resources from the other centers of excellence and the CDC and other statewide products that are available too. Here's just some of our products going out the door. Our most ordered product, which I think is always a surprise, is our TB Caliber. If you haven't seen it, we'd be glad to send you some, so go to our website and order one or a few. Our products are widely distributed. This is a graph or a heat map from last year. We have some hot spots where a lot of our products get sent to certain areas, but we look forward to seeing our change this year with our new states added. And so I mentioned the website. This is the page where you'd go on our SNTC website to order information. If you see the circle there, you can either download some of the products for free or order them, free shipping to you. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact us, but we have a wide number of products that are available. These are just a few, which go from the You Can Prevent TB, which was a great collaboration with the New York State. It's available in English and Spanish, to short videos from a patient education perspective on why you should take LTBI treatment. We have the Spanish translation of the Drug Resistant Guide from the Curry Center that's currently under revision, will be out this year. We have the Vira Toda Pulmon, which is a patient education series for Spanish-speaking individuals. Our country guides are great tools for those who see patients from other countries beyond the United States. And then we also work on a TB HIV pocket reference card for those that are treating patients that have dual infection of TB and HIV. The top right is actually this tool, which is a piece of the You Can Prevent TB package. But this handout has been very popular as a handout for patient education. Last year, we were able to translate it in a number of different languages. And we're actually looking for reviewers. So if you know some folks in your area or you yourself speak and read in another language, these are the languages that the materials were translated into. And we would love to hear from you. We need reviewers for these materials before they can go to press and be available in the States. So please contact us if you speak and read these languages, and we'd love to have you review them. Also, one other plug I want to add related to products relates to our corrections toolkit. In the past grant cycle, all of the training centers had a toolkit that they were responsible for, and our toolkit, mostly because we had the expertise of Ellen Murray on staff, we were tasked with creating a corrections toolkit. So on our website, again, if you click on our website, you'll find a tab specific for corrections. And there are a lot of different resources there to help you as you're working with corrections and working together with them to eliminate TB. Also, if you ever have questions related to TB, I'm also putting a plug in for you, Ellen. Contact us, and that's our way of providing technical assistance to you also. So don't hesitate to call us if you have any questions, not just TB, not just corrections related either. So Donna, I think I'll turn it over to you on how they can stay connected with us.
Yes, thank you. So in addition to all these wonderful trainings and medical consultations, we do have a number of different groups that get together, and that includes our executive advisory group. We have representation from each of our states who sit on our executive advisory group. We also welcome to have focal point contacts from each state. If you think you or someone in your area would be a good focal point, we would love to hear from you. We also do clinician case discussions. That's Dr. Connie Haley heads those up and also pulls in Dr. Ashkin, Dr. Lizardo, and many others, depending on what the case is about. She pulls in people from the various states who might have some cases that they would love to discuss. And that is, those discussions happen sometimes over webinar and sometimes face-to-face. We try to connect with you all when we're at conferences. There's also going to be a nursing case discussion starting back up, and I know Ellen already does one for corrections. So if you're interested in any of those, please email us at that SNTC@medicine.ufl.edu and say, I'd love to get connected, and we will add you to those lists. In addition, if Karen, next slide. We have a newsletter we send out regularly. We also will just send out emails when we have events going on. We share information from other centers and from the CDC. And the best way for you to stay connected with that is to go to our homepage and sign up for our newsletter. And that will put you on our list for any variety of activities that are going on that we want to get the word out to you. So please go ahead and get yourself signed up for that. And one more, Karen. We are also very active on Facebook. We'd love for you to connect with us there and like us if you have not already, and share with us if you see articles or you have some kudos for a group of people that you would like to get out there. We would love to help you do that. And we do that on Facebook, Twitter, and we also do have a mobile app. If you would like to download that mobile app, you can order products from there. You can watch archived webinars from there. You can do any of the activities that you do from the computer, you can also do from this app. And we are in the midst of updating that, as we are our website also. So look forward to getting that update out to you guys soon. And then Karen, back to you.
Thanks, Donna. I just want to put a plug in for some upcoming events. We've got training that we shared with you already. We have webinars coming up. If you sign up for our newsletter and get on our mailing list, you will get updates on all of these things. We'll have consultant calls and focal point calls in our executive advisory group, all coming up very soon, within the next 2 months. And you'll also see us at the events that I talked about earlier, such as NTCA, the Southeast TB Controllers Meeting, TB ETN Penn, and then also we'll be at the Midwest meeting. So we look forward to seeing you there and meeting you face to face if we haven't already met with you and worked with you previously. The other thing I wanted to mention, of course, it's March. It's almost World TB Day. We have a new initiative every year. We have great interns that come up with terrific initiatives to celebrate World TB Day. This is a draft of this year's poster. So we'll be sharing this out with all of the states in our region and beyond to have you take a picture with the sign and show us how you are a leader for a TB-free world. So we look forward to getting your pictures sent back to us so that we can share them in social media. And then last but not least, we've got our contacts. We look forward to hearing from you. I think we've reinforced the different ways to contact us, but here it is on a final slide. Please let us know if there's anything we can do to help you. You've got our main office number, our email address, you've got our website, and then for medical consultation, it's the 1-800-4TB-INFO. So I would like to now turn it over and pause from our staff talking for a moment and ask how we can best assist you. We're about 10 minutes short, shy of our 4 o'clock time period here in the Eastern Time Zone. So if you'd like to ask us questions, you can either post a question in the question pane or raise your hand.
So Karen, this is Donna. Someone has asked us a question from Illinois, asking if there's any future events planned for Illinois. What's the best way for them to go ahead and get that answer?
Well, in fact, there is an event coming up in Illinois for World TB Day, and there'll be a webinar with none other than Dave Ashton, who was speaking previously today. So we can share that information with you. Just send us an email following this webinar, and we'll share some information with you. Or you can contact the state office or Chicago area office staff for more details.
I do have a question from Kay Wallace about our TB vaccines webinar and when that will be archived. And unfortunately, I have some news to share that we are not going to be able to archive that because it did not get recorded. And that's something we're loving about our new technology, is it's automatically recording our events for us, and we don't have to remember to click that button. I can provide slides and I can provide you access to the speaker, but unfortunately I do not have the presentation.
Thanks, Donna.
Yes, any other questions? Oh, Carol Lee Bills is asking a question. The nurse case management class that is online, is that available to nurses in another region? You want to go ahead and answer that, Megan or Karen?
Yes, it is available to those outside the region. In fact, we're actually working with some of the other centers of excellence to expand this. So again, contact us and we'll work with the local training center that covers your area and help to facilitate you joining. Thanks for the question.
I've been asked, is there a cost associated with the nurse case manager course?
No, there is not.
Yes, so there you go. That's 38 hours of CE without any cost to your center, your health department. It is all brought to you by SNTC. Will slides be available? Yes, slides are actually available now. You can download them from your handouts pane, or you can go shortly, as soon as we're done here with this webinar, I will post them to the SNTC website. Do you have a Stop the Stigma campaign similar to Heartland's campaign?
No, we didn't replicate what they already have. So if you're interested in that campaign, I encourage you to work with Heartland and adapt their materials. One of the tenets of the Centers of Excellence and the RTMCCs was to not duplicate other materials or others' work. Saves money that way, so they already have a fantastic campaign, so we support what work they've done with that.
We do have another question. Is the nurse case management course open to non-nurses such as disease intervention?
At this point, no, it's specific to nurses. But I can understand the desire for a similar type course for DIS workers, and I think that might be coming in the future because the concept and the way that the course takes a case from beginning to end would lend itself very nicely to different disciplines who have, who also work in TB. So Donna, I was going to let Mike say a few closing words while we wait on other questions, okay?
Okay, very good.
Well, once again, everybody, thanks so much for taking the time to join us this afternoon. And as always feel free to reach out to us with any questions, concerns, or your your needs at all. And we'll be glad to work with you. And again, it's a privilege to do this. It's a privilege to work with y'all, and we really look forward to working with you guys as we move forward into this next funding cycle.
Okay, we're being asked, do you have any webinars, trainings related to video observed therapy? We do not, but I believe it's New Jersey that did a webinar on that just last year. Is that correct?
I believe so, Donna.
Okay, so there is Carm,
Yes,
we can direct you to our All RTMCC page, or actually now it's our All COE page, that where you could do a search on video observed therapy. And I believe there is a webinar from New Jersey that we'll find there. We can work on that together. I've got your name, and I'll get in touch with you.
And then also just to add in, if I might, there are going to be things like that that come up that are going to address new things that, you know, there may not be a lot of data, there may not be a webinar that's set up, but if we don't do something or have direct training materials related to it, we will connect you with people that we know that do have experience. For example, there are a number of programs throughout the Southeast and obviously through our new states as well that have experience doing video DOT, and we can certainly link you up with sort of technical assistance with them or with us, even if it's not through a formal webinar. So we do have that webinar available through New Jersey, but we can track down other materials and other connections with you. So there's many ways that we can provide that assistance.
Dave, do you have any last-minute words of wisdom?
I never have any wisdom whatsoever. That's never going to happen. On the other hand, though, I mean, we are just thrilled. We're excited, and we're here for you. So please, give us a call. We are really looking forward to working with you. Thank you very much for all you do.
Great. Well, on behalf of all SNTC consultants and staff, thank you for joining us today. We look forward to hearing from you in the future, and contact us. We'll see you soon.